Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm Ian. Welcome to the latest part of this lovely ICM Leyland retriever build. Almost finished now, just a few little bits to do, but here's the progress. Well, I'm getting to a point now where it's very close to completion, and I'm just making sure I'm getting everything in the right order. The truck itself has been gloss coated, weathered, and then a flat coat put on. Possibly needs a little bit more. But as you can see, I've done the cab as well, and the fuel tank. Just darken those down a little. The headlights are now on. I've got the side lights waiting to go on and the starting handle. So I've got the running boards on there as well, as you can see. So they're all done. The back of the truck is now weathered down and gloss coated. So I'm now going to put the decals on this and weather it. There aren't too many decals, but they need to go on while the gloss coat is on. So once that's fully dry, I will do that, and I've done the bottom of it as well. So that's almost ready to go. As I said, I've done the side lights, and as you can see, these are well tidy, really small. So small, I'm going to put the clear parts on these before they go on the truck. Really small. I need to put some silver in there. So there's two of those, and they're slightly different as well. And here is the cab. Now, I've flat coated this. I haven't bothered gloss coating it because there was no need, in fairness. I actually want it to look slightly weathered. It's canvas, so it will have a bit of moss and green on it where it's been damp. So I've actually done some on the inside just to see. It's not fully dry yet, so you don't get the full idea. But what I've used is this, which is an algae colour. This is a clay wash, which I haven't used before. So I've done that on the inside. So it's a greeny colour, and once this has dried fully, we'll see what it looks like, see if it needs another coat. And if it looks good, I'll do the outside. Then the clear parts can go on this, and it can go on the truck. So we're getting well on. There are a couple of pieces. Now, I've still got this tray to go on the front. And a couple of my subscribers have mentioned what this tray is for. And it's actually known as a gas plate. And the top of this would have been painted with a paint that would react to the presence of gas. So the driver could see this and see whether there was a problem. I've done some research, and the Americans used like a yellow-green colour, but the British used like a khaki brown, a dark khaki brown. So I'm going to paint the top of that the correct colour, so the gas plate will be correct. And the only other part then to go on is this, and this is the spade, which goes on the side. I just need to weather this a little bit, and there's a piece, I don't know whether you can see that goes across here, that just needs painting green, because that would normally be on the actual cab and the shovel would just drop into it. So that's done and ready to go on. So we're getting very close now. The next thing will be to put the decals on. I'll just go around with any final bit of weathering, flat coat the lot, put the cab on, and we're done. Getting inexorably closer to completion. Done a few things. Where to start? Okay, let's start with the truck. I've gloss coated all of the front now, ready to take decals which go here and on the side here. So that's ready done, and it's also now ready, of course, for weathering. One of the things that it shows in the instructions, which are back here, and of course I'm not prepared for, but there you go. You can see here it shows these two straps. Now they would have been canvas straps to stop the roof folding back, but it shows here, just shows a couple of bits of scratch build just to go down to the bodywork, and that feels a bit naff to me. So what I've done is I've got a couple of bits of 0.5 wire, and you can see there, I'm just trying to get the truck into a position that you can see it properly. You can see one there and one on the other side. What I did was I just drilled a little hole on the outside of each, just super glued them in place, and just super glued the other one straight to the plastic. They probably should have gone on the side here, but there really isn't enough room to do it justice. So that's what I've done, and that's gone on fairly well. One thing I will recommend is if you want to do this on your model, do make sure that you do it while this is off, and don't do it when the whole thing's on, because drilling into there and not pushing everything out the way is a nightmare. So if you're going to do this, do it right at the beginning. That's a mistake I learned. But they're on, and they should look fine. You can see the headlights are on as well, and the clear parts are on, and they fitted really well. I went round the edge of the clear parts with a permanent marker just to stop any sort of silver edges. So that's been done. So this is ready once it's fully dry to get the decals on and then weather. The back of the truck is pretty much ready now. It's been flat coated, and I've built this frame. Remember I said that if I don't break anything, it will be a miracle. Well, I managed to break two of the hoops, but they've both gone together really well. The ones on the ends, for those of you who are wondering, it is incredibly fiddly work, incredibly fiddly, and it's still not, you can see it's very, very delicate and very easy to break, so really be cautious with that. But everything apart from that frame is flat coated now, including the bottom here, all that's flat coated. And I've got the decal on, decals on at the back, the number and the motif here. So that's been done. I may just do a little bit with some weathering pencils, just to a few chips maybe. I don't want to do too much. I quite like it as it is, and I don't want to spoil it. But there are certain things like these draw bolts you would expect to be showing some steel or rust through. They wouldn't be pristine like that. So I'm going to have a look at that and see how we do. The other thing is the roof, and this isn't by any means a completed job yet. I think I still need to take some of this clay wash off, but you can see it's made really quite a nice job, because it's made it a little dusty, and so it's just water based. So I'll just go over it with a damp cotton bud again, I think, and just clear a bit more of it off. But on the whole, it looks pretty good, and I quite like the effect it's had. It looks as if it's got wet and run, and there's a bit of algae on there, which is what it's all about. So that's done as well. So that will just about wrap it up, I think, for this this video. And the next video will be the reveal, I think, of the completed model, and a summary of what I thought about the kit, what I've used, and the lessons I've learned. So I hope you enjoyed this one. So that's all the fiddly bits done, hopefully. I've just one little bit left to scratch build, which is the radiator cap that I lost early on, but that shouldn't be a big deal. Everything else is pretty much ready to go. So the next time you see it, it should be complete. And it's looking really good. I'm very pleased with it. For Model 3, I think it's gone together really well. It's a lovely kit. I'll also do a summary in the last video of the things I've used, the things I've learned, and what I thought about the kit in general, and any little caveats, just in case you're going to build it. A massive thank you to all the new subscribers this week. There's been quite a few of you, and it's quite humbling. Thank you very much for subscribing to the channel. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do click subscribe. It does help the channel enormously. If you've enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you click the bell, YouTube will let you know every time I release a new video. So until the next time, thanks very much for watching. Cheerio.